Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a universal psychological trap that literally every single one of us falls into when we're shopping online. You definitely know the exact feeling I'm talking about. You hop onto a website to buy one simple, inexpensive item, and somehow you end up checking out with a cart packed full of stuff you didn't even know you wanted. So, why does that happen? Well, it all boils down to the single most expensive word in all of online shopping: free. Let's look at a highly relatable everyday example to see exactly how this works. I want you to meet our shopper, Mike. Now, Mike has a very simple, very straightforward goal today. He needs a new phone charger. That's the whole mission. And hey, he finds exactly what he's looking for pretty quickly. The price? Just 12 bucks. It's a quick, easy, in and out purchase. Or at least it really should be. But when Mike finally goes to click that checkout button, his cart doesn't say $12 anymore. It says $59. And honestly, the absolute craziest part of this entire scenario, Mike actually feels like he just won. He feels totally victorious. So how on earth does a quick $12 mission mutate into a $59 checkout? Okay, let's dive right into this. Part 1, the $59 phone charger. The trap was completely set the very second Mike went to pay for his charger and noticed a little banner at the top of the screen reading, "Free shipping kicks in at $35. Let's just weigh the avoided loss against the extra junk here. Standard shipping costs $5. To Mike, and let's be real, to pretty much all of us, spending $5 on shipping just feels like setting money on fire. It's a fee for nothing. So to avoid that completely unacceptable penalty, Mike starts browsing. He adds some socks. He adds a notebook. Oh, and he adds a snack he'll probably completely forget about by Tuesday. He is quite literally throwing money at random clutter just because spending $5 on shipping feels like a personal defeat. The situational irony here is honestly pretty incredible if we just stop and look at the final math. By adding all those random items to reach that $35 threshold, Mike technically saved $5 on shipping. But to get that $5 victory, he ended up spending $47 extra on things he didn't even want in the first place. This is just fundamentally terrible math. But in the heat of the moment, he felt absolutely great about it. Which brings us to the science behind it all. Part 2. The power of free. Now, what's really interesting about this is that what Mike doesn't know and what most of us just don't realize when we're caught up in the checkout flow is that his expensive mistake is not an accident. It's a highly calculated psychological hack. MIT professor Dan Ariely actually wanted to test this exact phenomenon. So he ran an experiment where he offered people a very simple choice between two gift cards. Option 1 was a completely free $10 gift card. Option 2 was a $20 gift card, but you had to pay $5 out of pocket to get it. Let's just walk through the basic logic of this offer for a second. The $20 card is worth double the other card. Yes, it costs $5 out of pocket, but when you subtract that $5 from the $20 value, you are left with a net value of $15. The free option, on the other hand, leaves you with a net value of only $10. Objectively, rationally, mathematically, whatever way you want to slice it, the $20 gift card is by far the better deal. But here is the shocking result from that experiment. Most people chose the free $10 card. They literally left $5 of pure objective value just sitting on the table. Why in the world would they do that? Because when the word free enters the room, math completely leaves. The mere presence of that single word makes our brains completely abandon logical decision-making. And this brilliantly illustrates a core behavioral concept called loss aversion. You see, your brain treats the concept of free as an entirely different category of price. It's not just viewed as cheap. It's not just a nice discount, it's its own incredibly powerful psychological trigger. Paying for shipping or paying $5 for a gift card feels like a loss, and our brains passionately, deeply hate losses. But spending extra money to dodge that specific loss, well, our brains interpret that as a massive win, even when the math proves it's anything but. Let's move to how this is used against us. Part 3. You are the product. This brings us to a somewhat uncomfortable truth about our online shopping habits. Retailers are fully 100% aware of this cognitive bias, and they weaponize this psychology against you as a consumer every single day. That $35 free shipping threshold that Mike ran into, it is absolutely not a random number picked out of a hat. These thresholds are meticulously calculated by retailers. They are designed specifically to make you add exactly enough extra stuff you don't actually need, right up to the point where they can squeeze the maximum possible profit out of your transaction. So the crucial point is this. In that initial transaction, the $12 charger wasn't really the product the store was selling.
You were. Your totally predictable psychological reaction to the word free was the real asset being leveraged to drive up that sale. I'll just let that stark reality sink in for a second.
It really makes you look at your digital shopping cart a whole lot differently, doesn't it? So I have to ask, will you pause before your next checkout? The next time you see that you're just $10 away from unlocking free shipping, will you remember Mike and his $47 of extra junk? If this explainer changed how you think about your shopping habits, make sure to subscribe. Join us for next week's explainer, where we're going to unpack the exact same kind of hidden psychology that magically makes you want to upgrade a phone that still works perfectly fine. See you then.